Steve Sims Speakeasy. And I want to see, there's something I want you to understand. And I don't know how to say it, and I certainly don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I'm telling you, the reason we're doing stuff with the biggest people in the world is we are as good as the biggest people in the world. Now, I don't know how the way to say it. I mean, the compliments that Steve Smith gave me, Steve Sims. I used to work for a Steve Smith at the Bank of Commerce.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, so Steve Sims is the modern day Wizard of Oz. I mean, he's done all kinds of cool things. He wrote a book called Blue Fishing, and incredibly cool guy. Incredibly cool. Okay. And just, so he's got this speakeasy where these 40 people come and they spend 2 days with him. But, you know, the concept is, how do you get in your brain that at what we do, we are the best at what we do? Okay, what does Tim Story say over and over and over again? Coach Burt is the best at what he does, which is coach people. Okay, Steve Sims is the best at removing consideration, making you think bigger, getting you access to big time people, branding and marketing. That is what he is the best at. Tim Story is the best at comebacks. Everybody understand?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I was thinking about this on the way in this morning because I'm putting myself in the mindset of a buyer. Okay. And I think about how people try to sell me and they don't. One big frustration for me is they don't take time to really know what my problems are. So they try to sell me this and they try to force it on me, and they almost try to guilt sell me without really knowing what I call the whole board. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think what you have to understand is, how do we, and I've certainly been guilty of this, I believe so strongly that a person needs a coach in their life that I'll push it on them. Okay, what they really need is for you to understand and draw a correlation between how this is going to play a role in their life and how it's going to help them get to the next point in their life. Okay, and so when you're making the phone calls, and the cycle I use is real simple. I initiate. If I were to go right into Active Campaign right now, I grab a phone number and I initiate. Hey, this is Coach Burt. Man, so good to talk to you. Where are you in the world today? Oh, I'm in St. Louis. Oh, man, I used to have a contract in St. Louis with a big insurance company named North Star. I almost immediately try to build a connection with them. Then as I'm talking to them, what I've started to say is, look, for me to help you, man, I got to know what you want to do. Do you know what you want to do and where you want to go? And they tell me, yes, I got a dream of doing this, or I want to do this, or man, I can't get my sales number, or I'm broke, or, you know, I got this problem, right? Okay, good. You're in good hands. This is exactly what you need to be doing. This is exactly what I feel like you need to do. Now, I've been doing this 28 years, okay? You know, because I think about some of the people, and I think about my standard MO is to push. Okay. But I think sometimes you got to step back and ask, okay, Rachel, what are you trying to do? Okay, well, what I'm trying to do is write a book and do this and speak, right? Okay, good. The product we have, the speaking summit we have, is one of the best things that Coach Burt does. Okay, it's 2.5 days with a guy who is doing it at a fairly high level. Okay, and I typically say at least $250,000 a month. Okay, now if you're not doing it at $250,000 a month, then he knows something you don't know. But he spent 18 years figuring it out. Okay, and that's really what you're paying for, is him 18 years of him, right? the long nights, the speaking at the Rotary clubs, the learning, the plane trips, the coaches he's paid for. You're going to get all of that in these 2.5 days with him. And what that's going to do, Rachel, is that's going to speed up your journey. Now, Rachel, I'm going to be honest with you, because this is exactly what Coach Burt will say to you. This is what Megan, this is what you need to say. This is what Coach Burt will say to you. You can figure this out on your own if you want to. But it'll cost you a whole lot more than what that coaching summit costs. Okay? Now, you can try to do this on your own, and you can figure it out, and you can say, right, like I was thinking about this DoorDash. Justin's introduced me to the devil this morning. And, you know, and you know, I needed some food because I worked out and I need some food and I got to do this thing in a minute. And, you know, so DoorDash, I noticed that there's a tag on to deliver the food. Yeah. $3 to deliver the food. Now, that's the cost. What's it worth for me to have to stop what I'm doing, go over to First Watch, order the food, wait on the food, get the food? Is it worth, Gary, is it worth more than $3? See, you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between what it costs and what something is worth. And I'm like, $3 for them just to bring it over here and I can eat it right here and it not disrupt my workday? Sure. Now my point is, that's what I'm saying about when you're helping a person, you got to help them understand this is what he's going to do. This dude is going to speed up your process. Now, if you're selling the $9.97 package, the easiest way to sell that is to say, look, I can't even tell you how much coaching this is. For $997, you get a session every Monday, right? He coaches in the private Facebook group almost actively every day. He's got podcasts. He's doing special events like SOS. He does free webinars. Like, the amount of coaching you get in a week is worth $997. Okay? This is nothing compared to the amount of money you can produce and generate from what you're getting. The cost is so low and the worth is so high. This is a no-brainer, man. This is the way to start. Now, once you get in there, there's maybe other things you want to do, go to boot camps, retreats, and all those other things with Coach Burt. But this is an enormous amount of coaching to have access to Coach Burt each week and his 28 years of coaching experiences. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So just remember, as you're talking to people, don't complicate it. If you're not ready to make a decision, let me send you something. Coach next Tuesday night is doing a business SOS. He's going to break down 15 strategies you can use to generate money right now. Sit in on this, see if you like it. See if you like his coaching style. See if you like his methodology, right? Let me send you this webinar he just did on person of interest. Let me send you this. Then I'm going to follow back up with you in a couple days, okay? Now, when I went down to Inc. Global, which is an advertising company in Miami, one of the things I quickly figured out is that they were calling people and trying to sell them services before they even knew who they were. So it would be like me calling Justin saying, Justin, I want you to advertise in American Way magazine. It's in all the American Airlines. It's a little magazine that you can watch. I want you to write. It's in all the magazines. And Justin, it's only $20,000 for you to do this. And Justin's going, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know what the value is. You're asking me for $20,000, right? I quickly figured out what they should be doing is talking to Justin and then pushing Justin to a webinar on branding and the difference between branding and marketing. Branding is becoming known. Marketing is distribution of a message to people that want to pay for it. What they're really doing is helping people be branded. Okay? So let Justin see a webinar that's free. Then we push him to something else. Then we come back to Justin and say, Justin, would you like to start? There's a starter package for you to be in American Way magazine with your signs by veterans, and it's going to be seen by 17 million people. Now, Justin, what's it worth to you to be seen by 17 million people? Right? And we believe 82% of people pick up the magazine, blah, 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 blah. Then you back it up with the statistical data. And he may say, well, I'm willing to invest that money in this. Okay, but if they just call and try to sell him a $20,000 package and they don't even know who he is, right? Now, notice what's worked with Optavia people. I mean, think about the strategy that worked with them, which was be on there with Doug Wood, then offer a free webinar, You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not sell them the first time you talk to them. It's really let them see it, taste it, see it, taste it, and then offer a price point that they can take advantage of. That would be the brain science behind what Jonathan Hawkins is saying. Everybody see that? Okay? So if a person's not ready to make a decision, let me send you this. Can you be on this next Tuesday night with Coach? He's doing his SOS for small business owners. He's going to help you really push this thing out to the market. Okay? That's what I think you need to be doing. Okay? So because I think people, you know, asking a person, I really learned that with Farm Bureau, even asking them to spend $588 when they've only seen it one time. I mean, you know, if I ask you to spend $588 on something that you only seen one time, you see what I'm saying?
They're not even in a growth mindset. Their minds aren't.
Yeah, there you go. There's a fixed mindset that's not open to growth, and there's a growth mindset that's open to growth.
These big guys are so open in their minds. They're looking.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it's a little area there. So what I'm trying to get across to you guys is when you're thinking about this concept of initiate, disarm, locate a problem, push them to something. That is the cycle. I'm going to pick up the phone and initiate. I'm going to disarm you. I'm going to locate a problem. I'm going to present an idea to you. And then if you're ready to take action, have you seen enough to make a decision? Would you ready to start? Or let me push you to something in the future.
If I can help you, are you even open to it?
Yeah, are you open to it?
Let's talk about where you're at.
Yeah.
Even understanding that.
Because one of the things I think when you push a person and push a person and push a person, you got to step back and maybe you got to step back and say, you know, what are you trying to do here? What are you, and how can I help you do it? And what can we do to help you get there? Because that frustrates me when people try to sell me things that have nothing to do with what I'm trying to do. Okay, and so it's very, very important. Okay?
It creates a friction there.
Yeah, it creates a friction and adversarial position.
Yeah.
Now, there is a balance there between saying, this is what I think you need to do. I'm an expert, right? And I think you need to take action on this because we can't help you till you commit to something, right? But one strategy I'm going to take with some people today is that, look, man, I pushed hard, and I'm going to say it just like this. I pushed hard to get in there. It just don't seem like you want to do this. I'm gonna back off and move on to some other people. And I'm going to let them come back to me and say, hey, no, I want to do it. Right? Because there's some things I want to do right now, but my life is so hectic and I'm on the road and I only have such limited time with my family. And, you know, in every conversation, I don't want to feel like it's a pressure conversation. Sometimes I just want to have a freaking conversation with the person without feeling like they're trying to sell me something. And people, when they get my attention for just a minute, it's like they want to use that 1 minute to sell me something. And it just gets old, man. It just gets tiresome. I'm like, man, let's just talk. Don't try to sell me something for a second. Does that make sense? And I'm telling you, if you saw how many people try to do this to me in a day, it gets so exhausting. I got 7 minutes with Coach Burt, and I'm going to spend all 7 minutes trying to sell him this. Okay? And I can only imagine people that have 200,000 or 2 million followers or 10 million, right? Because it bombards me. It's exhausting to me. Okay? So sometimes I just want to be a person and talk to a person. Okay? I don't want you to sell me an idea. I don't want you to pitch me something. I just want to talk about life. Okay? And move down the road a little bit. Okay? Yesterday, Justin's driving. There was a time we just didn't talk for a little while. I'm like, this is awesome, man. Just to sit here and not even talk for just a few minutes, right? Because all I do all day long is talk to people. Sometimes I just want to sit and not talk to anybody. Okay? And so I'm just thinking, because there's a few people trying to hard sell me right now on a few things. And man, I had a guy call me yesterday and tell me that he was going to sue me if I didn't buy a property that I had under contract. And I got out of the contract. He kept my earnest money. And the way he tried to pressure me into buy it was telling me that he was going to sue me if I didn't buy it. Now, I know the law in Tennessee. You can't force a person to buy a house they don't want to buy. It's a long, drawn-out process. It never wins. Cost everybody a lot of money. And it made me sick that the dude even tried that tactic on me. This is a dude y'all know.
Yeah.
It would hurt your feelings if I told you who it was. You understand what I'm saying? He's like, man, we had a contract, and man, I think my partner's going to force legal action on if you don't buy it. And I'm like, hey, it won't be the first time I've been sued, brother. If you want to go through with it, go through with it. It's going to cost you a lot of money. You know, if you want to force me to buy it, we'll see right? We'll see if you can make me buy it. I don't think you can, but I thought it was a sleazy tactic. Okay. And I just think you need to think about how you deal with people and the after effect of how you deal with a person when there's some conflict. I get that they wanted to sell the property. They couldn't sell the property. Right. I understand that they have their side of this, but it just don't fit into the grand scheme of what I'm trying to do, trying to build a greatness factory. Okay. So just be careful when you try to muscle people into things, how they feel about you, after the fact. Okay. So what questions do you guys have? We still got a bunch of people that are still taking action on the 997.
Yes.
There's still people that are still filtering in. We're getting them up and going. The best thing we can do for those 997 people is get them on that orientation with me next Monday. We've added an orientation at 3 o'clock next Monday. Okay, Megan, right? And all those people are being communicated with. Say, look, we're going to get you up and get you rolling. If you're a little confused about what's going on, it's okay. Coach Burt's going to do an orientation with you next Monday at 3 p.m. And that's a Zoom. And Megan, you need to make sure everybody on our team has that Zoom registration link.
Okay.
So if they're talking to a person, they can say, hey, let me send it to you.
Yes. Yeah, I've got some questions from people that were on the last one. They want to know if they need to be on the new one. They said, is it going to be different? I said, there's going to be some things that he's going to break down a little bit more in detail. I mean, you're welcome to if you're still having trouble.
I'd say if they want to be on it, have them on there.
Okay.
It ain't gonna hurt us. It ain't gonna hurt to hear it a few times. Now, what'd you say?
I was going to say, you do like a 15 or 30-second video, push it into the monster group.
Yeah.
For everybody yesterday, just mention, hey, I was speaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then say, look, Monday, you know,
Yes. Yep. I'll do that. And it's very rare for me not to be on there. Okay. I really felt like it didn't work what we tried yesterday, but you know, after the fact, what can you do? I thought I was going to be able to be on there, and I got to the speaking engagement, and they pushed the speaking engagement back 30 minutes on when I was supposed to start. If it was started on time and ended on time, I would have been on there at 4:30, and it wouldn't have been a big issue. Okay. So life happens. And sometimes, as my granddad said, life comes at you fast, folks. Okay. And you got to be ready to just move and operate with it. Okay. All right. So our focus area for me is going to be SOS. I'm going to be pushing people to this SOS event. This is a goodwill event. If you got friends that own businesses, they can watch it online. Okay. They don't have to be in the room. Okay. I know there are struggling businesses in Rutherford County. I know there's struggling businesses. Get them. Any of the people that are in the program, hey, get online and watch Coach Burt break down these strategies. I'm going to give them money generating activity. Okay. This is how you generate some money right now. Okay. And I'm going to give them as many as I can. It's next Tuesday night, 6 p.m. We're calling it the SOS, Business SOS. This is called a showcase event. Showcase is just a reason to do what? Pull people in. Get them excited. Get them motivated. Okay. Get them on board. And we believe we can help them. Okay. So let's do that. Megan, have all of the $1 Million Coaching Summit people been contacted? Do we have a confirmation on how many people are going to actually be there?
Yes, I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple more, but everybody has been contacted that's coming. Yeah.
Listen, folks, I was on an airplane this weekend, completely full. I was in an airport where there were thousands and thousands of people in Charlotte. The world's coming back. Now, you can get left behind if you want to, but old Coach Burt ain't going to be left behind. Okay. I went to Miami. I went to West Palm. I went to Vero. I'm going to Jackson Hole, Wyoming tomorrow. The world is happening, and you got to get on board and get out of the way. Right. And the people that are going to get left, there's going to be a bunch of people left behind. I had a dude, true story, yesterday, send me how much money he made in the stock market. Okay. Can't tell you who it is. This just go to show you what kind of players we're dealing with from time to time. Said he had a great day yesterday. He picked up yesterday $505,000 in the market.
Oh my gosh.
Yesterday. Yesterday. He made $500,000 yesterday in one day with the money in the market. And he texted me, said, that's a good day, coach. I said, it was a good day, man. It was a good day. Good day. Good day for you, brother. So, you know, here's the deal. People are making money. People are doing things. All you need to Okay, just get out there and get amongst it, man. And if you need help, Gary, I know you're getting started, but you know, if you need help from me, let me know. Basically, we're calling those people, we're engaging with them, we're trying to push them to something in the future. Now, if you push them to the SOS event, okay, and Megan, you make sure every person on the team has the registration. You follow up with that lead. Are you going to be there? Are you going to watch it? Did you enjoy it? Would you like to take action on it? See the cycle?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just working through that cycle, man. We're just working through that cycle. Okay.
Hey guys, couple quick things if I have a second. So tomorrow night, I know Coach has asked me a few times what's up with me and Andy's little monster publishing thing, but the goal of, oh, it's tonight, sorry. the goal of that is just, I invited a bunch of leads in my network, Andy invited some in his, and you guys can send anyone. We're just gonna do a really informal, get to know us, see how cool we are, just so they can spread awareness about monster publishing, as well as if they're the right fit, they jump in. I didn't create a new program for them because I don't think it's necessary. I think that they're all ready to write a book, but that's what's going on tonight. So I sent you guys a text. You can send anybody who might be a good fit my way and I'll invite them.
Now, what we're trying to do there is sell people in monster publishing without me being involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
We got monster publishing. We got Gabby and Andy who are writing the books. If you got a lead on monster publishing, this would be just a great thing just to send and say, hey, our team is doing a webinar tonight, right? If you got anybody that you think that want to write a book, our team is doing a webinar tonight. Let's help you out with it.
Yep, and I'll record it so you guys can use that for future leads. One more thing about SOS. I sent out the action items for everybody. I think everyone's done everything they're supposed to do. I am still stalking the press. I don't know why they don't care. But one quick thing we could do to drive more traffic, if y'all can think of anyone that would want to sponsor dinner or goodie bags in the local area, then they could get some recognition. That might be cool.
Okay.
That's it. That's it for me. And then if you're coming at 11 a.m., we have a marketing meeting. If you have anything you want done by the marketing team, come to the meeting and we'll do it for you.
All right. Let me ask you this question, Gabby. Is there any updates on packages for monster publishing? Is it still 7,500 and 15,000?
Yes, it is. And tonight I'm going to get a read on if someone, I might just do some little bonus coaching calls after and see what numbers people throw out at me. And then I'll let you know if they were saying higher or lower. We're not going to go lower, but we might have a different package option.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. All right, good. All right, let's have a good day, folks. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you.